So here you will see the simulation that's so simple with hair and the rendering with 3dsmax. This is blazing speed for the rendering, for the simulation and the dynamic effect that you can see right here. It's done in 3dsmax 2012 with a plugin called Hairtrix. That is the two plugins joined together, HairFx, an old plugin, and Ornatrix, a really quite new plugin. It's a very good dynamic simulation, but it doesn't work with the higher version of 3dsmax because it doesn't exist, and the problem is that the V-Ray 3.6 doesn't exist for 3dsmax 2012. So this is such a pity, because everything is working a cinch right there. I'm gonna show you. So here's the scene. As you can see, it's very simple, just a sphere with a little animation and a collider object that is an object that is a box with editable poly and with turbo smooth. Okay, and we're going to use it as a collider. So on the environment, you just add HairFx. And you can use HairFx also, but it's a bit more complicated. So HairFx renderer we just don't need, because you will do the render with Ornatrix, and you can pick an emitter. As you see, the hair are automatically created. The lengths of the hair are going to be 14 centimeters or 13 centimeters. And the only thing that matters here is you can use vertex to put a little bit of iteration on the of change and of irregularities. So I'm going to put it 0.2, and there on the viewport density 100%. Okay, so I can close, right click, close all. I can close everything because I will only use a dynamic. Now these are not going to render in V-Ray if I don't use the Ornatrix plugin. So everything about Ornatrix is here. I can use my first sphere. This is the guides, okay, for the hair, and I use edit guide. Okay, so I can brush them if I want. I can brush the guide, but that's not what I want right now. I can use an OX render settings. Okay, not forgetting to use an Ornatrix hair from guides, because I want hair generated, as you see, from the guides underneath. And I use just right here, it's here, Ornatrix render for V-Ray. Then on the frame buffer, if I do a render here, sorry, stop, I'm going to do a render for everything, a test render for everything. As you can see, automatically hair are created. Very nice, and the calculation is pretty neat, pretty quick. But on V-Ray 3.6 it's a blaze. Pity, alas, you can't use HairFx, this HairFx and HairFx with 2013, 2015 and 17. It's stuck at 2012. So here I have a simple hair material. I'm gonna put here, oh yes, okay, a blue one. So I will cancel, and I put this on the side. Okay, and now the dynamic. So very simple. I'm just gonna show the guide here, and you can do it on the fly, and I will show you in another video maybe, but so you can test all the parameters. But here you can use pre-calculated, and I'm just gonna do, there are no collision object, just the hair and the animation. Okay, so I will do calculate, and as you see, I didn't have the time to look at the window for the calculation, as it's blazing speed. So just try with play, and as you see, it's very simple for the hair, and the hair is stiff, like real hair on someone that have brushed hair and stiff hair. You absolutely absolutely can't do that on Ornatrix, even the latest version. Even with the dynamics, you must get rid of the gravity, and it's really not a good solution and not stable. As soon as you add objects with collision, everything is flying off. You can't even use clothes because it's stiff hair, so it's very difficult to use clothes. I will show you. If you want to use now collisions, you will here ask for collision object, select. I will take the box, and I will say segment collision. I don't want to change anything like that. I'm just going to change the distance of collision. It's an approximation for the collision distance, and 0.5 centimeters, and no random, or just a little bit of random. Toss the calculation that's already been done, and now a new calculation. As you see, the Windows is really quick, and as you can see, the collision are pretty neat, and the jaggedy edge, sorry, the jagged edges, sorry, may seem a little bit ugly. It's because these hair have just 5 points on the length, and you can add more points, but for simple hair it's pretty neat. You just have here to add a strand detail, and as you see, there are 20. Using these only 5 points that are simulated, it uses 20 points for the rendering and for getting the hair more spliny in a way. Okay, so look at that. As you see, it's sliding, and you can change the sliding, the friction, and everything, and you can even reduce the keys for a smoother calculation. Then it's very practical, very handy, very handy here. I'm just gonna do, not really trying to do something great here. Reduce key. Okay, key are reduced, and as you see, it's a little bit of softer animation. So hair from guides, and I'm not doing anything fancy. I can go here and hair from guides, and really neat. I can use which one? Clustering. No, I'm gonna use curling, for example, and spiraloids. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. It's curly or spiraloid or spiraloid, I don't know. Okay, and see more important phase and more important magnitude, and also I can use here length, so I can put a bit of random in the length, and as you see, sorry, I didn't use all the stack. Okay, as you can see, there's a bit of curliness, beautiful render, and it should be so great to have V-Ray 3.6 for Max 2012. You could use this really neat plugin, old plugin, that's Hairtrix. It does things really amazing, like you can have hair and you can model a simple shape around and cut with this shape, and so it's as you can as if you could really do a hairdo, a specific hairdo. So I hope we will be able to use the V-Ray render and with this Max 2012. Okay, thank you.